If Drake's Iceman album isn't a classic, it just might be over for him. There comes a moment in every dominant artist's career where the music no longer is just music, it becomes a verdict. And that's where Drake is right now. Because the Iceman album, this isn't just another release. This isn't just like, oh, let's see what he have this time. No, this is like career court. The verdict will be out on him, and if it's trash, people will move on. If Iceman isn't undeniable, like an undeniable classic, if it doesn't feel necessary, and it don't have a narrative that people like, if it doesn't move the people again, then we might just be witnessing the official end of Drake's era as we've known it. Today we're here to break that down. This is from Just Anything TV. See y'all soon. Cue the intro.
You're not just saying that?
I never just say anything.
So I'm not saying this because Drake suddenly forgot how to rap. I think he still know how to rap, even though he has all these ghostwriter allegations and things like that. I still think that he can put out a song or he knows a hit, possibly. But I also think the world has just stopped waiting for him, like the same way we used to in probably like 2015. For over decades, Drake wasn't just an artist, he was like an infrastructure. He was a
Just
big
say
business.
anything.
Like Walmart and Target. I remember Most Def talking about that.
Like, share,
Like,
and
labels don't even
subscribe.
have time. Every year, you expected to see him.
You're not just saying that?
I never just say anything.
Wintertime, you knew he was gonna drop something that was trending. Drake already had the sound. But after the Kendrick Lamar beef, everyone knows that he literally had a fall from grace. I mean, something changed, and not in a healthy competition way. It's like he deflated him. He don't even know what to do at this point. And this wasn't just a bar exchange. This was like his credibility just drained. It's done. He can't even use his superpowers at this point. I mean, the mystique just cracked. His invisibility cloak is gone. The things he's released since that battle has just felt loud, but very empty. It's present, yes, he's been releasing records, but it's just really not connecting. I mean, yes, the streams will come. You'll keep streaming just off old catalog and things like that. But the impact is just not the same. And I believe that Kendrick Lamar took away his superpower, and that is jumping on things before it gets hot. Or if it's a new hot thing, Drake is the one to, usher in that sound to the mainstream art, to the mainstream lexicon. But now if he actually tries to do that, people looking at him like, hey, you're a culture vulture. Or they looking at him like, hey, let this artist, cultivate their own sound. He took away its biggest superpower, is standing close to the fire. And now with rap actually declining like in sales in a certain sense, where he can't even find the next artist because he'll have to pull them up so much. So he can't stand close to the fire if there's no fire for him big enough to stand close to. The Iceman rollout for a second, the short films, the ice truck visuals, the mysterious hour-long drops. The problem with this is nobody really seemed to care. I know I didn't, and a lot of people just like, what are you doing, Drake? This is not you. Not because it was bad, I mean, I guess it was cool, but because it just feels disconnected from just real people's emotions. It looked like Drake was playing the role of Drake, whatever that is. The aesthetics without urgency. I mean, it's a concept without hunger. That's dangerous territory for an artist whose power usually is relatability. People related to Drake. Him crying over women and doing all that. Guys will say that they didn't do that, but hey, they actually did that. But when he tried to play the tough guy role and he's cussing a guy out in his ice truck, yeah, that's not the Drake that we know, so people really not relating to the things he's saying. People don't relate to the Drake that's the tough guy. They related to the Drake that was necessarily just felt like a vulnerable person. But if he don't have that vulnerability inside of his music and actually become a real person, it's not going to connect, honestly. I don't think he even have that in him at this point. Because let's be honest, we already know the angle is if this album follows the patterns that he's been portraying in the past few years, they switched up on me. We know that he's going to say that. It's going to be a million songs on how they switched up. Or I built everybody. I built this person's career. Nobody was there when I needed them. Where was my real friends? Subliminal shots with plausible deniability. He's not going to take accountability on anything that he has to say. He's just going to deny, and just accuse everyone else of being in the wrong. He has an emotional distance it's like he has an emotional distance disguised as growth. And it's kind of sad coming from someone that's his age. And it's kind of sad coming from someone that's his age. But one of the other issues is Drake has already played the victim art too many times. It doesn't feel real at this point. Now it just feels rehearsed. It feels like he's just on another Degrassi episode, but this time he's Degrassi in the hood. At a certain point, people are just gonna stop asking who hurt you and start asking why these things keep happening to you. Why so many people don't like you. Maybe look in the mirror and say, hey, maybe I'm the reason why a lot of these things happen. I believe if you take that route, the album might be good. It might can give him some saving grace. But if he's doubling down on this woe is me and where are my friends, it's not gonna work out. I mean, growth isn't just recognizing betrayal. Growth is actually changing how you move, how you do things, how you portray yourself. And it looked like he's going deeper and deeper into the incel, red pill lifestyle, and it's just looking real strange right now. And if I were Drake, mind you, I know you don't need any of my expertise or any of my advice, but if I were Drake, I wouldn't chase the crown anymore. I'd just pivot. The crown's not for you, bro. It's too many allegations. It's too much proof of you doing foul things behind the scenes. It's too much proof of you actually not writing your songs and your bars. And just pivot, because the more he tries to prove he's still that guy, the more it highlights that the moment is really past him and he's looking like a shell of himself. Legends don't fight time. They redefine their lane. It's time for him to rebrand. Just try something different. But the problem is Drake still wants to win in the same ways. He still want to be relevant in the same places. Mind you, I'm the age group that he grew up off of and the ones that made him hype. Because when I was in college, that was the demographic that I was in during that time, and that's the music we were listening to. He alienated a lot of his fan base, because actually a lot of his fan base was college women, and those college women grew up and they don't even like Drake anymore because they turned into a guy that stayed the same from when we was in college. So let's zoom out for a second. This video isn't just about Drake. This is just about identity, and the identity of Young Money as a whole too. Just the whole label as a whole just looks strange right now. For example, Lil Wayne, his last Carter album didn't move the culture. I mean, it was not something that people was looking for. People listened to it. There was some trash songs on there. They made some memes, laughed at them, and moved on. No one's mentioning that album right now. Nicki Minaj, she can't buy a hit right now. And she's on stage with her MAGA alignment. It's just looking real strange right now. I mean, this really not strategy. This is just desperation for relevance on her point. And the music just stopped connecting with the people. And when the music stopped connecting, some artists pivot out of outrage. And that's what it seems like Young Money is doing right now. They seem like they have nowhere to go. The people that they were talking to grew up and they seem like they haven't grown up. They still want to be young and have money. And Drake is the last pillar standing. If he falls and this Iceman doesn't go as projected, this means that this is the end of the Young Money era. If Iceman fails, it doesn't just hurt Drake, it closes a book on the entire chapter. And you're saying to yourself, but you're probably saying to yourself, Drake still have great streaming numbers. Yes, Drake still streams well, but streams are not the same as belief. We don't believe him anymore. People used to feel Drake records, like for real. Now they just tolerate them if they come on, or they'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that old song that I used to have. But even his diehard fans are not really bumping none of his new songs like that. Because if they was, they'll be charting, but they're not. There's a big difference between, oh, this is good, and I needed to really hear this, and this is a life-changing experience for me. If Iceman isn't undeniable, if it doesn't reset the narrative, if it doesn't show vulnerability without bitterness, then this is officially the end of the Drake era as the center of hip-hop. Not the end of his career, not the end of his wealth. I know some people saying that, nah, I ain't going that far. Man gonna have money, he's still gonna sell records. But this will be the official end of the cultural leadership. From that point on, he becomes a legacy act and not a movement anymore. Every great artist faces this crossroad. Do you reinvest honestly, or do you double down on what used to work? Do you pivot, or do you stay the same? Drake is talented enough to survive either way, but only one path preserves respect. If Iceman comes out and goes without impact, history won't be cruel, it'll be quiet. And silence is the loudest verdict of all. So that's been my video for today. Y'all let me know in the comments below. Do y'all think Iceman is gonna be a classic? Do y'all think it's gonna be trash? Do y'all think Drake can come out with classic music? Do y'all think that any of this even matters? Y'all let me know in the comments below. This has been Ish from Just Say Anything TV. Thank you if I made it this far. See y'all in the next video. Y'all hold it down. Peace.
Just say anything. Like, share, and subscribe.
You're not just saying that?
I never just say anything.